Let's try a second problem. In this case, I have a quadratic and my variable is w. To begin, let's draw our two sets of parentheses. And we know when we check our final answer using FOIL that first times first is going to give me w squared. So I know w is going to go in the first position, w will go in the second. Well, w goes in both first positions. Now I'm looking for two numbers. Because the coefficient of w squared is 1, I'm looking for two numbers that satisfy these two conditions. I want the numbers to add to -3, which is the coefficient of the middle term, and two numbers that multiply to -28. Now let's start with multiplying to -28. I know that the two numbers I'm looking for have to have opposite signs. One's positive, the other's negative, if they're going to multiply to give me -28. So let me begin starting with 1 and -28. 1 times -28 gives me -28. 2 times -14 gives me -28. 3 does not divide into 28. We have 4 and -7. Multiply to give me -28. And we keep moving up to 5, doesn't go into 28. 6 does not go into 28. Oh, 7 goes into 28. So I can write 7 times -4. Notice that this pair of numbers is not the same as this pair. Even though they both multiply to -28, the signs here are opposite. So 7 times -4 is a -28. 8, 9, 10, we keep moving up till we get to 14. So I have 14 times -2 gives me -28. And finally, 28 times -1 gives me -28. And notice that 28 and -1 is not the same pair of numbers as 1 and -28. The signs are opposite. So I've listed 6 possibilities. Let's go through the list now and see which add up to -3. The pair that adds to -3 gives me the pair of numbers I'm looking for. So 1 and a -28, when I add them, give me a -27. And no, I want this -3. That pairs out. 2 and -14, when I add them, give me a -12. Nope, looking for -3. 4 and a -7, when I add 4 to a -7, I get a -3. We have it. 4 times -7 is -28. And when I add 4 to -7, I get -3. I have my pair of numbers. So I write a +4 in the first position, a -7 in the second position, and as we've mentioned before, if you reverse these numbers, put a -7 here and a +4 there, the answer is the same when we check by FOIL. And let's run through that check. W times W is W squared. -7 times W is -7W. +4 times W is +4W. -7 plus 4 is -3W. And 4 times a -7 gives me a -28. We're done. This is the factored answer for this quadratic. Now I would like for you to try one let's see you factor the following. X squared minus 4x minus 12. I'd like for you to pause the video, factor the expression, and when you're finished, turn the video back on again and we'll run through the solution.